Ciao, buongiorno tutti ragazzi. Atalanta up next after two back-to-back disappointing results, but maybe in a little bit of context after some certain Europa League defeats this morning. It's not too bad after all. 3-2 to Real Madrid. But I'm here to talk about Atalanta with the Cugine. Ciao Bruno, come stai?
Good, mate. Good, mate. Always good to be here.
Lovely, lovely. And Jonah, the regular. Bro, you put Lukaku out of business, man. What are you doing?
Oh, bro, maybe I
You
should
know what?
come on if he's going to be injured. I don't think I'm going to come on anymore.
Seen on the podcast and video, Lukaku's been something's not
There's a direct correlation between the two, for sure.
Amen.
We're going to keep this really simple today. We're going to talk about team news and we're going to talk about predictions. So in terms of team news, let's pretty much start from the back. Handanovic is the go, but you know what? Let's spend another 1 minute talking about Handanovic that is the go. He should be the go for this game because Atalanta is a threat up front. I mean, let's face it, this isn't exactly the game you want to thrust Radu into in case he concedes 3 goals. But, you know, this could be a game that if Handanovic isn't on his A game, this could be one of the straws off the camel's back, Jono, bro.
Yeah, 100%, man. We know Atalanta. Look at the run they had last season and all of that. And although they haven't been firing on all cylinders as much this year, you know, this midweek loss, Champions League to Liverpool, they got pumped, and then by memory they got done by Napoli. Was it last weekend? Or was I wrong there?
Yeah, I think
was
so.
that 2 weekends ago? Anyway, I'm pretty sure they haven't been traveling too good in recent form. So, you know, Gasperini's gonna have them coming out firing and that. And the way we're going as well, I don't think we've got the firepower to match it, to be honest.
Yeah, look, we'll talk about the firepower in a minute, but let's go with the back line. Bruno, Stefan de Vrij hasn't had the best last couple of games, but he also has been playing slightly out of position on a different side. And like, I hate to be the one to say it, but Antonio Conte, 12 million a season. Why are you taking the best centre back of the league last season and making him switch positions, bro? Like, this isn't exactly rocket science here. He should be heading the back line. So I hope that hasn't shaken Stefan's confidence because, like, to me, he's still the best centre back in the league. So I hope we start with him. I would go Bastoni at left centre back. Asking Bruno 2 questions. Who would you put at right centre back? And do you know if Milan Skriniar is available? Because if not, it's probably Danilo D'Ambrosio.
I have no idea about Milan Skriniar, but yeah, look, you got Bastoni, De Vrij, and fingers crossed Skriniar. But I feel this is the type of game D'Ambrosio will pop up. I just feel, you know, I felt like we set all types of records. I'm not sure if it was the last game against Parma. We had 52 crosses. You just need D'Ambrosio to be on one of the 2 crosses, no matter what it is. But, yeah, look, Atalanta are coming off a win against Crotone in the Serie A. Napoli lost to Sassuolo during the last week. So, just to correct you there, but Atalanta are coming off a win to Crotone, but I watched the first 70 minutes of this fixture last week, and they were nothing special. They were nothing special, and my first instinct was put money on Liverpool to belt them. And lo and behold, they got more than belted. At the same time, I feel like Atalanta's priorities have changed this season. Last season, it was all about Champions League qualification, focus on the Serie A. They were up there, especially post-COVID. They had that good push. But I feel the stars have been realigned at Atalanta, where this year they're focusing on more the Champions League and ensuring they don't have the injuries. But in saying that, this is the last fixture before international break, before we go to these pointless friendlies. The only international games which aren't pointless are the South American, which are World Cup qualifiers. Other than that, I don't know why we're going back there. So I do feel Atalanta are going to be dangerous. You definitely want De Vrij, Bastoni, and potentially Skriniar. But in saying that, you definitely want to have D'Ambrosio there. I just feel Kolarov will get ripped apart. any part of the defense. He is not made to defend against the likes of Atalanta. But as we've seen and as we've all stated, Atalanta are the team that will always score more goals than you. And that's their way of winning. And I remember someone laughing, but when you say Atalanta score more goals than the other team, they're going to win. Of course, they're going to win, but it's because their defense is so terrible.
Yeah.
Strike power is amazing. But when you come up against teams like Inter, Lazio, Juventus, where the defense is a lot more challenging than your Crotone is, the strike power is not as effective, but the defense in Atalanta does not improve. So I feel if we can keep it soft first 45 minutes, we're a really good chance. But this childish mentality, especially in our defense, it's just been terrible. We're costing ourselves a lot of goals. And, you know, the Fry Hakimi against Real Madrid, it's disappointing. You know what? I'm not the man to bring politics into this, but let's make Inter great again, guys. Let's make Inter great again.
Right. Well, let's talk about the midfield, man, because the only player at the moment who's unplayable is Nicolo Barella. He's the best player that we've seen in a long, long time. His assist for Lautaro was nothing short of spectacular. He is absolutely penned in. We cannot field a team without this guy. Whoever makes up the rest of the midfield, I was going to say, you know, I would be happy to see Damian take a little bit of heat off Hakimi in a game like this, considering the lad got absolutely belted against Madrid. But it's Atalanta. They push up and attack. We're going to need Hakimi on the break. This is the perfect game for Hakimi to come in and absolutely slaughter a defensive line. So I expect big things from him. I expect big things from Barella and Hakimi. As for the other positions, if Vidal is fit, great, throw him in. He's been awesome so far. Some fans like to complain about him. I think at his age, the way that he's been made to be a focal point straight away under Antonio Conte and the effort that he's putting in is nothing short of why he's won at so many places that he has gone. He's exactly the kind of player that you want on the team. The only thing I can fault him for is his reckless aggression, and between him and Barella, we're more likely to get more yellow cards than goals in the game against Atalanta. Over on the left-hand side, tough one. It could be Damian, it could be Kolarov, it won't be Kolarov. It could be Ashley Young, or it won't be Perisic, because I'm pretty sure we're going to predict that Lukaku maybe just makes the bench. I'll throw it over to sum up, you know, what he thinks about the midfield and also ease into the strikers as well, man.
So yeah, I would still have Hakimi, even though he didn't have his best game during the week. But yeah, he's exactly like you said, and he would be just great down on the break with Atalanta's defense and so forth. He would definitely be able to get some space and hopefully get some confidence back in him. Next, of course, Barella, if he's ready to go and all of that, he's done some minutes lately, and then I would probably have. I thought Brozovic played pretty well, just behind. And then look, if not Vidal, I'd actually really like to see Nangola get a run. Or I think he's probably due for a bit of a cameo. I know he had only a couple of minutes during the week and all that, but he would have that just a bit of authority, a bit of mongrel in the middle. Can definitely do a bit more there as well. And yeah, on the other side, if not Ashley Young, definitely Damian, man. You need one of those two there. That's how I'd go.
Yeah, really nice, man. In terms of going up front, you know, we think Lukaku is going to be on the bench. Bruno, Lautaro, obviously, if his feet gets a run, because I'm not even too sure if Alexis Sanchez is going to be available for this one, but I'm pretty sure he will be. What do you think, man? Pinamonti, Perisic, Lautaro?
I'll give you my strikers, but then I'm you've missed a key player in the midfield, so I'm going to go backtrack after I've given my strikers.
It's
right?
not good. No, just stay on the midfield then, unless is it Sensi? Is Sensi back?
No, I don't want.
You know where he's going.
I don't want Sensi, but and you guys.
I was going to say it, but I didn't want to say it because I knew you were going to say it.
But since Gagliardini has not been playing Inter, our results have not been the same, because Vidal and Brozovic are very defensive midfielders, whereas Gagliardini is that he is a centre mid. He is a midfielder. And I just feel he although he doesn't score, and we've seen how he doesn't score, when the ball's at his feet, other teams underestimate him, and it actually frees a lot of other players up because he's not that type of midfielder who's pushing well up to the attacking box. He's more of that. He will stay central. Whereas when you've got players like De Vrij, Bastoni sitting on our halfway line, they don't have the creativity for passes into the box to find stuff. They're defenders, which is understandable. So I feel, yeah, definitely we should be considering starting Gagliardini, only because we've tried everything. We've tried everything since he's been injured, and nothing seems to be working. And you know what? Bring him in. Give him a run. What's the worst that can happen? We lose. We drop points. Well, that's been happening anyway. But I think you guys will be quite surprised with the performance Gagliardini will put in because he is a workhorse. And we saw post-COVID, he was one of the only players that played every single minute of every single game alongside Lukaku, right?
Yeah.
So he is a workhorse, and he plays for the Maglietta. He plays for the badge on his jersey, right? He's not playing for the title, he's playing for the team. As for the strikers, we spent 20 million. Put him on the field. He's a striker, right?
Pinamonti.
Yes, put Pinamonti.
Perisic had a pretty decent game against Real Madrid when I actually went back and watched the replay, bro. I think he's all right to start.
I understand Perisic. He's got the World Cup final behind him. He won the Champions League last season, but he's not a striker.
Yeah.
We spent $20 million on Pinamonti as a backup striker for Lukaku, but then when Lukaku gets injured, well, leave the 20 million on the bench. Let's chuck on a winger, right? I don't know if it works in his favor, and you know Perisic scores these goals and Perisic gets these wins, right? Then Conte's a genius. Look what he's done. He's achieved greatness. Look, no one would have thought of doing that, but you've spent 20 million on a striker. Otherwise, why did we get him back? Why did we loan out Esposito? Because Esposito was doing just as well as a job warming those benches last season, and then what Pinamonti is doing. So give him a run. Half time, we haven't scored that goal. You can always bring on Perisic to play that.
I like it.
Role. But
I'd be all for it.
A chance, because obviously it's not working with Eriksen, and it breaks my heart, and I'd rather see Conte leave than Eriksen leave at this current point in time, because I do feel he could be pivotal into success. But all right, it's not working. Stop going for the glory. Take your winger off and put a striker in. If that's the approach you're going to take. If you're sticking with the 3-5-2, take your winger off, put this striker you paid 20 million for, and give him a run. And if after 60 minutes he hasn't performed the way you want him to, bring on Perisic. Bring on that attacking pedigree, which apparently he's got. But yeah, you got to keep Martinez. You definitely got to keep Martinez there. You need some stability. But yeah, we got to utilize Pinamonti because the frustration the fans at the moment, and you know what? We played well against Real Madrid. All right, big whoop. Did we win? No. Did we get a point? No. Where are we sitting in the group? Last. Oh, well. We can play as good as we want, but the results aren't showing. Change it up. You're not changing information. At least play players in the position they're meant to be playing. So that's my very in-depth opinion for our strike force. But yeah, look, substitution-wise, take off Pinamonti, bring on Perisic. Alexis, he would be great, but don't bring him on. I'd like to see Perisic and Alexis come on and have that combination working for us, because we called it earlier in the season. I think it was the video we did against Mönchengladbach. What will happen when Lukaku isn't there for us? We've seen enough, right? We've seen it. We need to start something. And I don't know if you agree with me. I can see you nodding your head in agreement, but is there anything I said that you don't agree with?
No, but you didn't really touch much on Lautaro, who still at the end of the day against Real Madrid was asked to do a job, and he did get his name on the score sheet. For all the flack that he gets, he's still a very, very good option up front. But you make a great point about Pinamonti. So I would start Lautaro and Pinamonti, two strikers that by their natural habitat in their head have an eye for goal. So let's throw them in against Atalanta. If it's not working, you can throw in the versatile Pessimistic and Alexis Sanchez. I think you make great points. Very logical. Jono, prediction, and we're going straight to you. So how you feeling about it, man?
Sorry, half lost you guys for a second there. Yeah, look, I'm not confident this week, honestly. I mainly for the fact that Atalanta got pumped. They're gonna be firing and ready to go. I just think that they're just gonna rip us apart. To be honest, I honestly think it's gonna be like a 3-1 defeat to us. I've got no confidence at how we're traveling at the moment. Yeah, we played good during the week, but I just feel at the moment, man, like, I don't know what's going on with us, but yeah, sorry to say, I don't see us winning this week at all.
No, the only reason I'm saying wow is because I was only thinking this morning when I woke up what my prediction was, and there's only been one prediction in my head all day, 3-1 to Atalanta as well. That's all I've been thinking all day is, hell, we're probably going to get some bullshit penalty that gives us some bullshit confidence, or we'll score, and then it'll just be bang, bang, bang. So I actually think 3-1 Atalanta, and I don't mind saying that because for the last 3 games I've predicted wins, and I'm sick of predicting wins. So Bruno, be a little bit more briefer this time. No, be much briefer this time. Just give us a prediction.
Inter like to do this to us when all hope is gone. Like to put a nice
anti-jinx never fails, cuz, all right?
They like to put a performance on. Look, I think 2-2. Martinez and Barella getting goals. But it would not surprise me with a 2-1 win over Atalanta. Just especially with the history, most recent when we beat them. Second last game of the season last year. We're coming off a 3-2 loss, but they're coming off a 5-0 loss. We lost to the current Spanish champions. They lost to the current English champions. It's tight, but I can see it's getting 3 points here. I want some positivity in this video, guys. Come on.
Mad. But Jonah, who do you think will get on the score sheet?
Take your pick for them. For us, you know what? I actually reckon it'll be. Let's go Martinez. Martinez will be the only one for us because he actually had a really good game this week during the week. You know, he was a bit shaky to start off with, but he grew into the match, and I feel like he's starting to perform a bit more. I was really impressed how he did step up, like we all had wanted him to. So hopefully, getting that goal and having a half decent performance, he can keep going on with it. So yeah.
Yeah, nice one. I'll say Martinez as well, but knowing Bruno's luck, it'll probably be Gagliardini, to be honest. I don't know. But no, we all know that Gagliardini, next time we play Genoa, oh my God, I'm going to take everything I got straight to the TAB, man, straight on Gagliardini, because that's his home ground, to be honest, bro. All right, ragazzi, we'll do the match review, and yeah, hopefully everything is all good. All right, Bruno, grazie.
Ciao, thank you for having me.
Jono, always a pleasure. We'll see you soon.
Ciao.